Welcome back, everybody. Could Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie Presley actually be getting back together? What about the second baby Michael was planning to have with his current wife, Debbie Rowe? Florence Anthony knows what's going on. She was with Michael in London last week. Normally we'd say, oh, this is baloney, you know, but I know that you know him. You're plugged into him. You know Michael Jackson very well. So what gives?
Unfortunately, I also know Debbie, and I talked to her, too, in all of this. Hey, I saw Michael and Lisa together with my own two beady eyes. She never, ever takes her eyes off of him. She's totally enthralled with him. Her children are very close to his nieces and nephews because all of them were also over there in London. He flew her and a party of 7 over on the Concorde. And yes, Debbie did go home before Lisa got there. Somebody said they passed each other in the sky and cracked up laughing.
Yeah, but here's the problem. Debbie was flying coach on British Air, and Lisa Marie was coming over on the Concorde.
Lisa
There's
said,
a message
Lisa
right there.
Said, thanks to Michael, I'm riding the Concorde these days.
Okay. What do you think is going on? Do you think that he's in the process of dumping Debbie and going back to Lisa Marie?
Yeah, I hate to just come out and say that, but I will say that Lisa Marie really regrets that she ever filed for divorce from Michael, because she really loves him a lot. And it's apparent that he also loves her. Now, I'm not saying that he just wants to up and dump Debbie. I spoke to Debbie after she was back in L.A. She told me that she was back there on a family emergency, and I was very, you know, I didn't say
Which family?
anything. That's the thing. She doesn't have one. I mean, she had like adoptive parents other than Michael. But, you know, I didn't say anything while, you know, I just called up and I said, oh, yeah, I'm heading over to London tomorrow, but you're not there. And she said, and Lisa's there. She says, and the tabloids are going to have a field day with this. They're going to think that she's there to reconcile, but they're just friends. I'm glad they're friends. She was like hysterical.
Tell me this. Does Debbie Rowe believe that in the conventional sense that a man loves his wife, does Debbie Rowe believe Michael Jackson loves her?
Yes, she does.
She does.
She truly does believe that.
Do you believe that Debbie and Michael brought this child about, the one that they have already, the old-fashioned way, or was it artificial insemination?
They've both said that they brought it the old-fashioned way, and I know, you know, that was her second pregnancy by Michael. The first one, she had a miscarriage, and that was definitely the old-fashioned way.
How come, then, Michael didn't have a child, if he wanted a child so badly with Debbie Rowe, how come he didn't have a child with Lisa Marie?
I don't really think that Lisa Marie would want any more children. I see, you know, she's already got 2.
Right.
I do know that when she found out Debbie was pregnant, at that time she and Michael had been spending hours and hours and hours on the telephone together, and she thought they were getting back together then. She did tell Michael that she would take care of, you know, be willing to take care of this baby he had with Debbie, but the next thing she knew, Michael upped and married Debbie.
Does Debbie have any, I mean, I know you're not a lawyer, neither am I, but does she have any footing here at all? I mean,
she has to have a lot of foot. She's legally his wife.
Yeah.
That's a big
and
foot.
in California, that's a real big foot.
I don't think that he's going to be able to just get rid of her and go back to Lisa so easily.
What do you think he wants?
And she's going to put up a fight. She flew to, Michael left London Thursday night immediately after the concert in his private jet with Lisa and his 2 kids with him. And they went over to Paris with him where he had meetings the next day, but they flew back to Florida. Debbie flew back into Paris Thursday, arriving there Friday from L.A., but I don't think she ever saw Michael because he was in meetings all day, and immediately after the meetings, he went to Dublin, Ireland, where he had a concert Saturday, and she didn't go to Dublin, Ireland. Saturday, she went back to L.A.
Now, Flo, there are a lot of people that think Michael Jackson is not into women, period.
And I've been fighting this for years. He even had somebody like Elizabeth Taylor's juices flowing.
Okay, so in other words, what you're telling me is you got basically 2 women who are fighting over the affection of Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Debbie Rowe, his wife, and Lisa Marie Presley, his former wife.
His former wife.
Okay, now here's a question. Lisa Marie Presley is very outspoken in her support of Scientology, which can be a very polarizing thing. Is it true that one of the things that led to the breakup of the marriage in the first place is Michael would not embrace Scientology?
No, I do believe it's true that she did want him to donate to Scientology, but really what broke up the marriage was when Michael collapsed when he was practicing for the HBO concert, because he does dance till he dropped and had to be rushed to the hospital. The first day that she was there, she was more or less nagging him. She wanted him to fire managers, his accountants, and all that kind of stuff. I think I told you all that back then. The second day when she came to the hospital, he wouldn't see her. and the doctors wouldn't let her up. She called Mrs. Jackson, who she's extremely close to. These two whisper and cackle together through the whole concert. I sat right behind them. Called Mrs. Jackson saying a wife can see her husband on his deathbed, and there was nothing Mrs. Jackson can do to help her, you know, see him, and right away she filed for divorce.
But every tabloid in America for the last 2 years has had Lisa Marie going back with her first husband, Danny Keough.
Lisa Marie is very angry about that. She doesn't know why people write that. She has no intention of going back with Danny Keough. She does not understand where that's coming from. I said maybe his people are planning it.
Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll take a break. The King of Pop possibly reuniting with the daughter of the King. It's just too much. I've just got to take 2 minutes to stop and think about it. Stay with us as AM Live continues. We'll get more information from Flo Anthony. Don't go away. Okay, Florence Anthony, who spent the week last week with Michael Jackson talking about the possible reconciliation between Lisa Marie Presley and Michael Jackson. Well, have you talked to him? Did you just ask him point blank? What do you want to do?
No, I'm not, you know, that bold.
What would he say?
If you did that, what would he say? I feel like to take things a little easier. I don't know. He might tell me the truth. You know what? I'm looking at Lisa being, for some reason, in a little more favor, and I feel kind of bad about that because Debbie's a real nice girl. But you know, I mean, she can't compete with. How can she compete with Lisa Marie Presley?
Well, she can't compete with the genes. That's
but
for sure.
even look-wise, nothing-wise. I mean, I love Debbie, but she's plain.
Okay,
Lisa Marie is stunning.
But he picked her out. I mean, she was a receptionist in a doctor's office.
No, not a receptionist. She's a nurse. Let's give her a little more claim. Who irons her own uniforms every Sunday night getting ready for work for the week.
Okay. How has her life been affected by being married to Michael Jackson?
Not at all, other than being thrust in the public eye. She still goes to work every day. She flies every other week over to Paris to be with Michael and the baby.
So she really loves the guy.
Yeah. She's been around for 16 years.
Yeah, but what kind of a husband is he?
She says a wonderful one. She says he calls her every morning and tells her to get up, not to be late for work. She stays on the phone every night with him, 45 minutes with the baby, even though the baby's only 6 months and can't talk yet.
Right.
But she says he's a wonderful husband and it's a wonderful, loving relationship.
What's with the oxygen mask?
It's not an oxygen mask. It's to keep out germs. The whole Jackson family is germophobic. If you're having drinks or dinner with them, they'll cover up drinks so nobody can breathe on it while they talk.
No, but wait a minute. Hold the phone for a second. The whole Jackson family doesn't wear the masks.
No, but
Michael
not everybody
wears the
has MJ's money to get these masks.
Okay, but here's the point, though.
He has that mask on, though, whenever he's out in just public. If he's just, one time I almost ran him down with that mask on because I was so shocked to see him standing there. It was at Universal Studios, and I was going to the shooting of the Scream video, and the sound stage was a different sound stage from the day before. So Michael came out to direct me when we drove in, and I was so shocked, first of all, to see him standing there, but then he had that mask on. It was nobody out there but him. He really wears it so this air doesn't get into his nose and mouth.
Flo, I hate to tell you, we're sitting in a studio. There's germs in the studio. You got germs on your side, I got germs on my side.
Well,
neither one of us sitting here with
his side.
Okay, but here's the story. The real story that you hear again and again and again is that he has had his nose worked on so many times that basically there's nothing left.
I saw his nose, Wally. It's there. He can blow it just like I blow mine and everything. I saw his nose. There's nothing falling off. I saw his whole face. It's there intact.
Do you think that he's got the maturity? Okay, you're talking about the possibility that he might dissolve his marriage. I mean, there's a child here involved. And,
yes.
and even though it's Michael Jackson's child, and I suppose that it's stupid to think that any child of Michael Jackson can have a normal existence, there's a child here involved. And what about the good of this particular child? And what do you tell this child 2 or 3 or 4 years from now? You're an experiment?
No, I don't think the child was an experiment. I think that he was born out of love and because Michael wanted a child. I feel that Michael wanted a child more so than Debbie. Debbie says that she can't live out of a suitcase. She can't be in a gilded cage. She's satisfied just hopping planes and going every other week to visit them. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that he would ever be told that he was an experiment.
But so Michael Jackson, so the child's father is over in Europe playing
yes.
the sellout crowds. You can't take that away from him. The guy sells out every place he stays. But and the mother's back at the dentist's office telling people to rinse?
It's a dermatologist's office.
Okay, hi, you're on the air. Thanks. Hello. Here, take this retin-A and that pimple will go away. Hi, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hi, Wally. This is Melinda.
Yes.
And I wanted to know, is Lisa Marie winning this race in the ladies' eyes because who she is, or do you really think she's just that stunning? Because I really don't think that she's stunning. I think she's okay.
No, I'm going to tell you
I
something.
have the utmost respect for a woman who gets up and iron her uniform and go to work every day, too.
I do, too. That's why I'm saying I like Debbie a lot. Lisa Marie looks a lot better in person than she photographs, first of all. She really is very gorgeous and very, very feminine, and Debbie's never, I mean, I've been wanting to tell Debbie to fix herself up, mainly because all my friends are screaming, if you know her, why don't you tell her to fix herself up? But everyone around Michael really loves Lisa Marie. His mother thinks she's the most sweetest, darling person in the world, and so do all of his staff. They all go on and on about how nice she is. And I kept trying on the slide to bring up Debbie and could not get any comments. So everyone says she's a wonderful, nice person. And observing her, you know, she seemed extremely nice. Very attentive to not just her kids, but to, they had Randy's, Reeby's, and Jermaine's kids with them also, to them.
Let me ask you this, because we're coming up on Elvis's 20th anniversary. Does Michael feel, or did he feel when he married her the first time, some kind of destiny, that it's just in the stars, that Michael Jackson, the king of pop, should be married to the king, you know, of rock and roll? The daughter of the king of rock and roll.
He said he thought she was cute and he asked her out. That's a quote.
So there's just
he said, how about Lisa Marie Presley? She's cute. And he called and asked her out, and she'd always had a huge crush on him.
Okay. Prediction?
I want to leave this one alone. I really do. You know, I'm one of these loyal people, and Debbie's been so nice to me. I want to leave that prediction alone.
Okay.
We'll see what happens, but right now it looks like Lisa's a little ahead of the game.
You were there. You ought to know. Thanks, Flo Anthony. Thank you for being with us.
Anytime.
A few weeks